this is. I'm gonna chat, not the chart. I'm gonna ask you to put it in the chat. Hi, Judy. And
Hello.
I'm so glad you're on. Pat, I'm so
Hi.
glad you guys are on. We're doing Education Express because I wanted to give you a lot of several tips that I was thinking about, and I just got to move through this. And I want to do all the count ups. And Annabelle's going to be like writing, and then we're going to I'm going to have you put the stuff in the chat, and then we're going to recognize everybody toward the end, okay? So, if you have put out 5 texts or calls this past week, write your number in the chat, okay? And then we're going to gather these numbers by the end of the the doodad. Congratulations, Pat. Good job. And Cyan, I don't know if you can do this. Cyan also has 5. So let's see, right? 5, I made 5 calls and 5 texts. So she has
Um,
10 calls and texts, and she got 2 bookings. So if you've gotten 1 booking or more, can you put that in the chat? Um, and Annabelle, I think it's 10 calls, not the 5. Good job, Pat. Good job. And um, and then if you broke any new states for you, for you, um, you can put that in the chat. Any new states, put that in the chat. And then what's the next one? Faces. If you've done Minnesota, all right, Pat, you go. Okay. And now what we'll make that note too, because Lorianne could put it on the team board. You know, Annabelle, what I'm talking about?
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Um, and uh if you've done 1 or more faces this past week, would you put that in the chat? 1 or more faces, put that in the chat. And any sales that you got, put that in the chat. For 1 face, good for you, Pat. Good for you. And yeah, and any sales. Now, remember what I was going to say. Oh no, this has been happening. Um, Number of faces, number of sales. What did I want to say? The number of states booking. Okay, there was something I was going to say about all of this, but we're going to move on. And then at the end, Annabelle, we're going to announce the on-time drawing winner and the queens. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but remember with queens for sales, it's got to be 300 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, faces. Did we make a? No, okay, so faces. Okay. So so now we got a screen share. And with the help of Annabelle, this is going to be a lot less painful for you guys than when it is when I try to share. So Annabelle, you can share that screen. And I'm also using this as a guideline. Okay, so here's our calendar. Now for my unit, this is in our Starshine unit group, okay? And this is Janice Trude's. So tonight, if you are able to stay on, Janice is teaching consultant only training on her um, time management. So I am watching that myself because I'd like to pick up tips. I have an organizational tip for you, and hopefully I'm going to get to that tonight. So that is tonight, and tomorrow is a sharing event. Now, oh, I remember what I was going to say. Remember, with any of these faces or states broken or sale or bookings even, it counts when you have a person on one of Janice Trude's events. Okay. So remember that will count even if you personally didn't do her face or whatever. So always remember that. Okay. That was what I wanted to say. Now I want to go up. How do I? Oh, I can't scroll. You're in control, Annabelle. Okay, now, so this is the flyer for tonight. I just wanted you to see this. And for my unit, all of the flyers are always in our Starshine unit group. And for those people who are not in on Facebook, we have the boards. And then if you scroll up again, this is recording, right? Yes, right? Everybody's got the note that we're recording. Um, this is a sharing event tomorrow at National Sales Director Jill Davis, tomorrow at 9 p.m. ET. So now go ahead and scroll up. I think I know what's next, but oh, two things I want to tell you about customer retention. One is those flyers that I just showed you that are in our unit Facebook group. Janice Trude made this suggestion, it's brilliant, is use those flyers to as customer appreciation events. She actually prints them off four to a page to make them small. And I wish I had the time, but I could tell you, you don't have to figure out how to do four to a page. If you use one of the printing services that we get at deep discounts from Mary Kay, which is Printing Depot, OPD, and FedEx. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And they can do it for you. And I don't have time to go into that, but we have tutorials on it, and all you have to do is ask for it. Or better yet, go into boards and under business tutorials, you will find it, or you can ask for help. But if you can do it yourself, that's great. Anyway, the point is use those flyers as customer appreciation invites and customer appreciation events. So you can print them off. Well, you can print them off full page with FedEx and all that. I don't recommend doing it on your personal printer because it'll use a lot of ink, but you can also text them, save them to your phone, save them to your computer, email them out, and use them as customer appreciation. So for example, next week is the Glamour one with Sarah Moss, and she's doing eye shapes. Oh my gosh, do people love to know makeup for their eye shapes? Why don't you make a list or look up your and in touch all of your customers and let them know about this free customer appreciation event. And you could send them the flyer and then send them a reminder flyer the night before. So that's one way for customer retention because these extra special things that they get, where are you going?
I
Wait,
forgot
go to my
I forgot I was still
no,
sharing. I was going to show that. Okay.
no, stick to just
Yeah.
my email. Yes, yes. We don't have, yeah. So they can go find it um and I forget where. So bottom line is treat these like special events. It's customer retention because people are connecting with you. They may buy stuff, but they may not buy stuff, but they're going to stick with you. And then in the fall, when the fall and holiday stuff comes out and you reach out about their gift giving, it's a warm call. So take advantage of this because we may not have this after Janice retires in January. She said she's going to do something, but I don't know what she's going to do if she's retiring. Um, okay, the other customer check retention is Michelle. Okay, okay, thank you. So, customer checklist. Are you able to enlarge this, Annabelle? Are you able to? No?
No, I
I'm
cannot.
gonna
I cannot. Sorry.
if there's noise in your background, do me a favor and mute since this is being recorded. But basically, this also is on our Semper Starshine unit. I'll email this out to everyone and Lorianne, so she can pass this on to you. But when you get a customer, and you can even go back and do customers you already have, and you write her name in there when you get a new one. And then you write her birthday. Why? Because you can set it up where each month under in my customers, you could pull up all the birthday months, all the birthdays of that month, and send her a birthday greeting and even an offer for like 20% off in the month of her birthday. And then you add her to your contacts so you don't forget. And then you send her a thank you note after her order, could be a text. And then you invite her to join a Facebook VIP group. If you have one of your own, great. Otherwise, do the one your director. I know for Sempers, it's the Beauty Brigade. And Lorianne has one for her unit. And then you can put her in a group that's for your customers. And you may not have fill in all of these, but it'll keep you focused on the things that you can, all the opportunities you have to connect with her. So PCP, so she gets the next lookbook. If she's on skincare or she had a glamour, maybe, or you matched her foundation. And these things might get filled up over the course of months or a year, maybe even. But by focusing on trying to use each of these opportunities with her, customer retention. We can also, if I had room and I didn't make this, I would put a virtual event and came to a virtual event. That could be another one that you could always maybe draw a line through one of the wider columns or something. So these were two tips for customer retention. Using the events and this flyer. And I have to print it off. I have a folder with my tracking sheets in here. You might like look at this. Does that person look familiar? Lorianne made that for me. And you might prefer a flip chart. You might prefer a notebook, but whatever is simple that you can grab. And I have my my tracking in there. So, okay, you can scroll up on that email. Okay, all righty. So, just focus on those two. Yes. So, all right, I did the customer retention strategies. I hope this is helping you. Now, oh, the guide for time-wise repair beauty experiences. Yes. Okay. So all right, let me back up because I'm looking at the time, but I got 10 minutes before I get to booking. And I'm purposely preserving time for the booking part. But last week, I went to a local event to me in Toms River. That's why I wasn't on. I had a guest at a restaurant, and I did this guest event with another director, and that director did her own Lift Lux facial. And it was an in-person facial using TimeWise Repair. And it happened that she also used these two boosters. So I helped her with some of the steps. I did some of the steps and she did some of the steps. And I wrote up like what if you were doing a TimeWise Repair facial with somebody, are you able to scroll up a little more where they could see the whole thing? Not that it matters if you can see the whole thing, because I will get this to you. But if you were doing a TimeWise Repair facial and you didn't know what to say for the steps and you're just saying, oh, it's great. Oh, it does this, right? Here, you don't have to think. You don't have to think. You can just read it. So instead of reading what you say about the time-wise miracle set steps, you're just going to read about this. And just because you do a time-wise repair facial does not mean you have to do the boosters. It was just a part of the live guest, the in-person guest event that I was at. And Judy, and anybody, even if you live in Bergen County, you're welcome. If you have a guest, or you yourself want to come to see what it's all about, you let me know and I'll keep you in the loop because we're going to be doing this on a monthly basis. And in September, usually it's the first Wednesday of every month. But in September, it's going to be the second one because of back to school and so on. But like, let's say you live in Bergen County, but you have a cousin in Tom's River or thereabouts. I'll take care of her if you don't want, if it's too long of a drive. I'll take care of her. And any sales, she closes the sale. People end up becoming business partners. That's how Cyan joined us. She's on vacation this week with her hubby, but that was how she joined from this event. So I went way off topic just to say all of that because I wanted to tell you about the events that happen in person. If you have somebody, I'm happy to take care of her for you or invite you yourself, even if you don't have a guest to know. But I wanted you to know, hey, this is what you can use. All right. Next. Where am I for? Okay. All right. Oh, I think did we get through this? So okay, before I get to the booking, since we have a few minutes, I just want to say a reminder, PCP for the fall and holidays. Check this out. We got a little sampling of some of the gifts that are coming out. The directors did. And there's a particularly new product that's joining us in the makeup line that I'm very excited about. But this is the lookbook that you're signing up your customers to get. Okay, it's very cheery and I don't want to give away anything, but you can see that it's, all about fall and the holidays. Our new brush. So don't forget, what's the deadline? I think it's the 17th, right? See, I got polka dots. Wait, just thought. The 17th, get all your customers in My Customers, and then you're, partway on to your customer checklist too, where, you can do that. So that's just a reminder. And the other reminder before I get into the booking is fall retreat. Okay, there's only 2 seminars I have missed. The one where Ted was in hospice and passed away right after seminar. And this one, because Sarah, my daughter, was due the day before seminar started, and I did assume she would come while I was in Fort Worth or Dallas. And so I was glad I could be there. But otherwise, there have been years that I have gone and I was not happy where I was. I either did not reach any of my goals or I even went backwards, but it keeps me current. It reminds me of why I joined Mary Kay and what my purpose in Mary Kay. It keeps me current on what's going on. Like everybody who's at seminar now is seeing, feeling, touching, and learning about all the new products coming out. None of us are at seminar, but there's one opportunity coming up in the very near future, and you don't need a plane to get there. And that's the fall retreat. And it's in this really nice area of Long Island that, you can make a weekend out of it and go apple picking if you want. There's outlets. Lorianne and I stayed an extra day and we hit the outlets. The weather was gorgeous. is just beautiful. And oh my gosh, the retreat itself, it was just so uplifting. Donna, well, I let me not go into it. I'm going to be having a special for people who register by getting half of the cost in by this month. And I haven't talked to Lorianne, and I don't want to announce anything until I talk to Lorianne. And because I know, she'll do a similar or same thing as well. But just know that the retreat, if you don't go to something beyond this, because it's not convenient, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a bad, but you have to know you're defining your Mary Kay business really as a hobby. I mean, there are going to be times where you can't go. I'm giving you two of my examples, but I am saying that if you really want your business, if you want your motivation to like spark up, and you want to get a bigger picture and input from other talents and strengths than just us, those kind of things are important. And you make the money back easily from the level of motivation and the skills that you learn. So that's my one and only commercial. After that, I am not trying to talk anybody into it because it has to be something you want to do. I'll be there. Now let's move to booking. Oh, and that's in October, and I think I had given the dates, but the first thing to do is if you don't write the date down, it's really never going to happen. And where is the date? Oh, and by the way, October, it'll be 17th. It's really only one day. But for those who live far away, like me in South Jersey, more than 2 hours away, might want to stay the night before. I'm going to stay the night before, but you can go just for the day too. Um, I will just be getting back from Portugal 2 days prior, and it's not convenient weekend for me with jet lag and all that. So I just want you to know I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Um, I might have dark circles, but I'll make sure I use a lot of the under eye corrector. Okay. I need, and I'm 45. Great. Let me go to the booking. Okay. While you're doing that. So here's what I'm thinking. If you're experiencing anything like I am, or I'm experiencing anything like you are, there might be a lull in your booking. There might be like, maybe here are some of the scenarios that could possibly be going on. That you had a string of facials and you were focused on coaching them, preparing for them, getting them out, learning the beauty experience. And so while you were working on those facials or appointments that you booked, you didn't continue to sprinkle the seed. So now there's like nothing sprouting, right? I have that situation. In the ideal world, when you're continually putting out texts or calls, you're going to continually getting new growth coming up. So anybody who's a gardener might get that analogy. Or so the other scenario is that you feel like you just ran out of people to call, or you called a lot of people and didn't hear back from them. So what I want to do is challenge us, and I thought this was a good lesson for tonight because this is what I need. And I thought if I do this, this is what I'm going to start doing. Okay. So this is my plan, and I'm inviting you to do it with me, is a couple of things. First, to get the momentum going again, or for the first time. Maybe you didn't start doing it when we were talking about it in the beginning. It's not too late. So the first thing you could do is send a follow-up text to everyone you did not hear back from. And hopefully you have a list of those people somewhere that you reached out to, somewhere, whether it's in your phone or you wrote it in a notebook. Um, Send this follow up that you did not hear back. It's so soft. Hey, Donna, I want to make sure you got my message a few days or weeks ago, depending on when you sent it. I was reaching out to family and friends for a little help. My team and I are in a huge challenge to virtually facial at least one woman in every state. No purchase is necessary. Can I send you the details? Please let me know either way, sure or no thanks. Either way, thank you. Like all you have to do is send this, copy and paste it on Messenger to everyone you messaged that you didn't hear back, anyone you texted that you didn't hear back, and then that's it. You don't have to do anything more. But most people will get back to you one way or the other. And if they don't, it's not personal. Not personal. Trust me, it's not personal. Can you scroll down just a wee bit? Okay. The other thing you can do is I haven't done this yet. I know Annabelle did this. But if you feel like you did, pretty much reach out to everyone who you know that already lives out of state, and they reply to you, but numbers game says most people did not reply to you. Go ahead and do the follow-up. But the other thing is now ask your current customers, family and friends, for a request for people they know. And again, here is the script that you can text out to them. You can message them on Facebook or text them. And you're explaining how it works. Would scroll down a little bit more. I keep going to scroll down. Scroll down. No, the other way. Yeah. So a little bit more, Annabelle. Yeah. So this is telling the whole thing that you would put in her text, and then scroll up or whatever it is. Yeah, go up. All right, right there. When your customers do give you referrals, then here's the text that you give to them so they can send to their friends that they nominated you. So when they hear from you, it's not a surprise and they know it's not a scam. And then you don't know what to say to those people, those new referral leads. Scroll up, I guess, and here it is, all right here. Now, we did give this to you earlier in the season, and I know for our unit, it's in boards. But we can I can forward this email. I have this all in my email. This was way I was keeping track of what I was going to go over with you. So now my call to action before we have to hang up and do our recognition, my call to action is to challenge you, go all the way.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right. It's okay.
Okay.
The call to action would be for the next 5 days or any 5 days before next Wednesday, text 5 a day. So listen, if you text 5 in a day, I want you to text me and say, Michelle, I got my 5. How about you? Or did you get your 5? Okay. But you're going to keep me accountable. Okay. So if you're doing it, I better be doing it. And then if you text me that and I haven't gotten my 5, I'm going to be right. And then before the end of the night, I will be able to text you back and say, yes, thank you. Okay. Yes, thank you for keeping me on the ball. So we really don't worry about not having enough people to text or call because you can reach out to follow up with all the people you never heard back from.
Answer.
And you can reach out to all your family, friends, and customers to ask for referrals and just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. 5 a day for 5 days will yield you 25. And then you can tell us, we can all figure out what we got from 25 texts in a week. Okay? All right, so that's my call to action that I'm challenging you to. If somebody is listening to this replay because they were on vacation and the 3 or 4 or 5 of the days have already passed, do it for the next 5 days. That's all, and let us know. Good? Okay, now I'm scared because I put it out there and you guys are gonna
We're all going to
hold
be
me
texting you.
accountable. Right. But remember to text me that you have to have gotten your 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So otherwise, doesn't count. All right. Lorianne, Annabelle, can you tell us who first before our on-time drawing, can you just announce our queens so we can give them a woo 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 woo
Yeah,
woo
our Queens of Faces are Pat and Nancy both.
woo 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 woo. Good job, guys.
And that's all I have for Queens. Nancy broke Virginia. I think we already have Virginia as a group. Is that right,
But that's
Nancy?
okay. If she broke Virginia um, for herself, we want to acknowledge that.
Okay.
And Lorianne will see what dots we have. And Pat broke
And Pat broke
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, we miss anything else?
Uh,
But yes, go ahead.
No, I'm just looking through the text. No.
Queen of texts and calls was, I believe, Cyan, because she
Cyan
had
with
10.
10. Yep.
Right. So congratulations to Pat, to Nancy, to Cyan. I think I got everybody,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And now for the drawing,
Okay.
the on-time drawing, and I'm going to ask you, if any of you guys are owed a gift and didn't get one.
Me. Me.
Who?
Me.
All right. I need you to, who's me besides Pat? Who's not in my
Me.
unit? Chris. Okay.
From
Pat and
last week.
Chris, you're in my unit. Fabulous. Will you please email me or text me or something? No, what's best, Annabelle?
Email.
Email. In the subject line, all you have to put is you owe me a gift. Okay. Send me my gift, something like that. That's all you need.
All right. And the winner is
Yes.
Chris Pizzuto.
Chris Pizzuto, 2 in 1 envelope coming to you, Chris.
Okay.
You guys, look, I got off at 8:55. I just hope that you got something out of it. The only thing I did not get to, and I can't do it now, is this great organizational tip. And maybe I'm going to make a little short video on it and I get it out that way to you, because I can't do it justice in 30 seconds. I can't talk that fast. And then I always ramble on top of that, as I'm doing right now. And so tonight's training, time management from Janice Trude. So hang up here. Thank you for being on. I'll see you. I'll be on. I plan on being on next Wednesday. Lorianne will be back, and we will move forward with the fabulous game, the referral game. Okay? So have a great week.
Bye,
5
everybody.
a day for 5 days. Uh-oh, I'm scared. Okay. You're going to hold me to it. All right. Talk to you all soon. Love you guys. Thank you for being on. Thank you for being on.